So, welcome back to another edition of The Legal Prescription. I am Karina Lemons. I'm one of the facilitators of the program, and I'm here with my co facilitator, Serena Williams.
Hello, everyone. Glad for you all to be here and glad to continue this conversation about the legal prescription program and all of the tips and things that we're discussing in the program in great detail and helping people better understand and strategize around.
So, today we thought it would be great to talk about insurance. How many of you, business owners, employees, employers, have insurance? And if you already have a business, then I'm sure you're familiar with, general liability insurance. Most landlords require that you have that before you can rent on their premises in case one of your guests or customers or clients come and slip and fall, that they can share in the liability with you. But there are some other insurances that are more important in terms of taking care of you. And one of the things that we want to really hone in on in this program is the importance of taking care of you through this process. So Serena and I have, we've talked about a few of the different types of insurances that you want to make sure that you have in place. And of course, that's something that we'll talk more about and bring in experts to get into the weeds of which one is the most appropriate for you. But there are a few that we talked about that we wanted to just kind of mention today, just to get your mind going and get you thinking about your future and whether or not you're adequately taking care of yourself. So one of those things that I think is so important is disability insurance. When you go to a job and you're at a company that's of a decent size, they're going to offer some type of disability insurance, meaning that if something happens to you, you will still receive payments. You'll still receive some income so that you don't just, all your bills don't just go by the wayside, and there's short-term and there's long-term disability insurance. What are some of the insurances, Serena, that you like to mention to people, particularly business
Sure,
owners?
certainly. I was just thinking as you were talking, as I have taught the building your law office practice in the law school, I was thinking the first thing I tell my students is get malpractice insurance, right? Make sure that that's your very first purchase, even before general liability insurance, because it's the practice. And, interestingly enough, the way that particular insurance works is actually the cheapest when you start, and it gets more expensive as you practice in law, thinking kind of like we do is once you feel like you have a rhythm or you know what you're doing, you might be a little more careless and not as meticulous as when you first start out and you're making sure you're crossing your T's and dotting your I's. And but also, key man or business owner insurance and thinking about that, especially for our solopreneurs, our extremely small businesses, coverage for when something happens to you, supplementing the income that you used to bring into the company. And I know in the program, we really dig into why it's important and when you would qualify for those particular things. And, it's like anything else. We could say, there are 8 insurances, but it's not that every person needs this insurance, that insurance. It is developing that strategy, developing that plan, determining when you need it or why you need it, and what your individual firm and life look like, right? So life insurance comes to mind, and thinking about if you want or need your business to be a beneficiary, the beneficiary, should something happen to you and you're either winding down or you have a partner or additional owners and what that looks like. And of course, there's health insurance when you work for yourself, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and I mean, you can just kind of go down the rabbit hole, medical, vision, dental, all of those particular things. But what makes sense and what's your scenario? You might be in a situation where you're on someone else's insurance, so you may not necessarily need that, but you might be needing to plan for that in the future or audit that annually to see if prices make sense, if coverage makes sense. And you mentioned disability insurance and general liability insurance. And so really digging into what are they for? Why do you need them? Why might you choose one versus the other? And the other piece I love about this program, Karina, is the time that we allow experts to come in and give that information, people who have been in the insurance arena for many years that aren't necessarily trying to sell you anything, but trying to educate you on what's out there and what it's for, and when you can actually use it, and with companies that are reliable and known to answer claims quickly and in a way that you need them to.
Mhm, mhm. Absolutely. I love how where you said malpractice insurance. It just made me think about how when I was a new practicing attorney, there was another attorney that was, we did a lot of district court practice. You see the same attorneys over and over again, and you practice in the different courtrooms. And they were candid and said that they had been sued for malpractice and they had to go to court for their case, and that they didn't have malpractice insurance. And I was like, what? I remember my heart dropped. I was like, you don't, and this happens. So it really does happen. Like, you can get sued for malpractice or you can make a mistake. And so, I just thought about that when you said that, how important it is to really take a look at these things and take that time out. And that's what we do in this program, is we take the time to work on this business, work on what your business is or what you want it to be. So thank you so much, Serena, for shedding some guidance and some light on those viewers out there. And we hope that if you have any questions, that you reach out to us. We'd love to talk to you. We'd love for you to be a part of our program. Our next cohort starts in March, which is coming up pretty quickly. So we want you to go ahead and click on that link below and go ahead and be a part of our program. We would love you to be a part of our community so that we can all kind of learn from each other, pour into each other, and you can get your business off to a right start or course correct anything that you have had issues with in the past.
Absolutely. It's good talking to you, Karina. I look forward to whatever our topic's going to be next week, and to getting our cohort going very shortly this season. So thank you.
Thank you.